This is Chemistry 1 Lightning Round Part 2. For question 16, it says, which one of the following atoms has the largest atomic radius? Well, if you look at the periodic table, you will end up seeing that sulfur has the largest atomic radius because, say if this is your periodic table, the atomic radius increases as you go down, and the atomic radius increases as you go from right to left. So when you look at all of those on a periodic table, you're going to see that sulfur ends up having the largest atomic radius. For question 17, it says, of the bonds below, blank is the most polar. So you're looking for the difference in electronegativity, and when you work this out, you will end up finding that the bond between sodium and chlorine is going to have the largest difference in electronegativity, meaning that it's going to be the most polar. So the correct answer is going to be E. For 18, it says, how many p orbitals are there in an AR atom? So the correct answer for this, and this is something you kind of just have to know, is that there are 3 p orbitals in an AR atom. For 19, it says, of the following, blank radiation has the shortest wavelength and blank radiation has the longest wavelength. So this is another information-based question that you just kind of have to know. So gamma radiation has the shortest wavelength, and microwave radiation has the longest wavelength, so the correct answer is going to be C. For 20, it says, which one of these elements is a nonmetal? So this is something you have to know based on the periodic table and where the nonmetals are located and where the metals are located. When you look at that, you're going to end up seeing that sulfur is the only non-metal listed here. All the rest are metals. For 21, it says, which state of matter has indefinite shape, meaning that it adjusts to the shape of its container and has closely spaced atoms. So this is another one of those information-based questions that you just have to know and read about. And so the correct answer is gas. For 22, it says isotopes are atoms of the same element with the same atomic number, but a different blank. So this again is like an information-based question that you kind of have to know what an isotope is to answer this. So the correct answer is B, the number of neutrons. For 23, it asks the mass number of an atom equals what? So this is something you have to know, and it's not A, it's not B, it's not C. It's going to be D. It's going to be the number of protons plus the number of neutrons per atom. 24, it says a covalent bond is characterized by what? So you have to know the definition of what a covalent bond is, and when you either look this up or you know what the definition of a covalent bond is, you're going to see that it's option A, sharing electrons by the atoms. For 25, it asks oxidation cannot occur without blank. So this is a pretty easy question that, like, right off from reading the question, you can eliminate A, B, C, and D, and oxidation cannot occur without reduction. That's kind of like an obvious correct answer. For 26, it says the point of titration at which the indicator changes is called the blank. This is something that you should know. It's an information-based question. So when you know the definition of what a titration is and basically the definitions of these answer choices, you will see that an endpoint is when the indicator changes. For 27, it says convert 3.25 miles to kilometers. So you have to know that 1 mile equals 1.61 kilometers. And so then you're going to set it up as 3.25 miles. I like to do these post things to help line everything up. And miles goes on the bottom. So in 1 mile, you have 1.61 kilometers. The miles are going to cancel, and you're left with, when you multiply across, you're going to get 5.23 kilometers. So answer choice C is going to be the correct answer. 28, in metric system, the prefix nano means what? So this is another thing that you have to know. You have to know the different metric system prefixes. And when you look at the chart, or if you know it off the top of your head, you're going to see that the prefix nano is going to be 10 to the negative 9th. So A is going to be the correct answer. For 29, it says a substance releases heat when it changes from blank to blank. And the correct answer for this is going to be when a substance changes from liquid to solid. So the correct answer is going to be A. For 30, it says which element has exactly 5 electrons in the highest principal energy level, which is the outer shell. So when you look at all of these on the periodic table, the correct answer is going to be phosphorus, and this is because phosphorus has 5 valence electrons. And we know that valence electrons are the electrons in the outermost shell. So if phosphorus has 5 valence electrons, that's how many are going to be in the outer shell. So C is the correct